hence the android is quantum level 1.
Everybody, so sorry about the late going into it here. I apologize. Let me know, and I'll try to feel a little bit better. Pensy, I'm pretty much over it. It might just be like my standard allergies because I always have allergies and I hate it. But anyway, we are doing today is I did kind of like a loosey goosey line art on the red ghost here. I did a background. I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna stick with this background or not because like right now everything's kind of mixing together a little bit, but we're hopefully with the rendering and the values we can go ahead and we can make this we can make it pop out, from the background here. So, but yeah, I think it looks all right so far. So I'm pretty happy with that. She's like covered in her red veil, which is made out of like blood and viscera. Red ghosts are basically like extremely like angry, very violent, forms of ghosts. So all right, so let's see here. So let's get to rendering. Alrighty, let's see. So I think let me use this, and I'm gonna start with just doing, of course, some of the softer shadowing here. Oops, if I can use the right brush, that would help. There we go. I tried my best to make this cool. Shouldn't be too terribly hard. Let's see, and let's get this kind of sectioned off here. For gonna do our softer shadows first, of course. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better too, Betsy. That makes me happy. We're gonna have across here be darker. Make sure these inside parts of the hair are nice and dark. I say hair, but it's just goop. But we're gonna try to get like our good amount of like the form here. Using the airbrush. I'll do it darker where I have the shadowing. Oh yeah, like I saw that there's like a crazy hurricane coming. Another one. It seems like it's just gonna. That's just how hurricanes are gonna be. Like, I guess is just like going from 0 to 100 like super quickly. And I think what I'm gonna have to do for this is I want it to kind of look like blood, but I know blood is like a really like high contrast thing, has like a lot of highlights and a lot of like darker spots that are very, like I said, like extremely high contrast. So we're gonna try for that effect here once we get into it. It's got to be shiny. Yeah, it's ridiculous with like. It's crazy also to think that like we're like one of the only places in the world too that also gets like tornadoes like we do. Just making sure that these spots up here aren't too dark. Yeah, they're very trustworthy. You could even, like leave your kids with them, and like she could totally babysit here. She'd be like making like pizza rolls and dino nuggies for them. Letting them stay up past their bedtime. The coolest of babysitters. Kind of wondering if I should change the color. Greenish might look kind of good, actually. Let's see. Maybe if I make it like this color green. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's use greens. I think that'll look good. Oops, I just did this as a normal layer. I was wondering why it wasn't dark. There we go. I was like, geez. Let's do 15, and then what we'll do is we'll... And I'm trying to make it so like this like hatching I did kind of still shows up a little bit here, so... Turn that up to 20. And then we can start doing some heart shadows now. Alrighty. So let's see. Let's get like across here and under the nose. You know what? It'll actually be easier if I just do... I can just do select the whole thing and then select where the light's going to be. That'll make it easier. We'll just do that. And I turn that down to 50 for now so we can see where the light needs to be carved out. And then we can smudge it in some spots if we need to. Like here. Like that. Want to make sure that we, of course, convey how angry she is. So she's definitely got a lot of these like wrinkles and stuff around the nose. She could babysit you. Nice. Alright, let's make some of these not quite as light, but like right there. We'll make it a little lighter. And we can do a little bit like across here to kind of like round that out a little bit more. And then we'll put like a, where it's got like almost like a highlight right here. Yeah, you got her. You're an expert at the hugs, so you know. That's your official job, is the hug giver. It's a very important job, Betsy. Someone's got to do it. Alright, and then through here, we do like a softer. There, and we'll cut out like some here where She's got some wrinkles from like the forehead from being mad. The Pitsy the Monster Hugger. Yes, yes, I like that title. Hey, Nympha, how's it going? It's a very noble title. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Alright, we gotta get like... You know, she's very well rested here, so we have to like emphasize like how well rested she is by, you know, displaying her completely perfect, you know, eye area with like no bags whatsoever underneath it. It's a new fashion trend, you guys just don't know. There, and let's do one all the way like that. And we'll actually bring that back in like that. Okay. That's kind of big. Let's just do like that. And then like across here, where the lip is.
Can you push this towards behind?
Yeah. Poor Havoc. She has so many meetings today. It's ridiculous. Jobs are dumb. It's like, hey, why aren't you getting your work done? I don't know. Maybe because we have a meeting every 5 fucking seconds. And then a meeting about the meeting. It's so stupid. So time consuming, unnecessarily. I'm not even going to go into like how difficult it is to even find a freaking job these days. It is insane. And I hates it. Hopefully this will look nice and spoopy by the time I'm done with it. If it already isn't spoopy, you know? This is probably the last one I'm going to be able to get done before the month is up, so. I can at least say I participated this time in Spooptober. That was my goal for this month, was to just actually participate. So I have achieved that goal. Make sure I save. Damn, that's awesome. Hey, that's more than I got, so congratulations, Benzie. That's an achievement. Still thinking this thing might be looking a little too, like, busy, but I'll make the decision, I guess, at the end if I'm gonna, like, redo this background or anything like that. We'll make it work. 3 years in a row, damn. That's a streak. Make sure we have some boobas. You know, totally important when you're doing horror art is like, they have to have some boobas. We've got priorities here. I just realized a lot of this doesn't need to be shown. That's okay, because it'll make it like more scary. It's kind of cool because I normally don't do like horror art, so it's nice to do something different here. Nice. I'm glad it looks good. I mean, I did like the original idea of like having her like like kind of dripping down from like the ceiling, but that was something where I would have to have like the whole body like showing. And I want to make sure like when I do like stuff for streams now that I'm doing things that don't take like, you know, a month for like me to finish on stream. That way you guys get like a variety of things for like, you know, from me and whatnot. So it doesn't get boring. So it doesn't get stale. I know sometimes it can get like, and get a little tedious, like seeing like the same images like over and over kind of stuff. Alright, I guess what I'll do for like the stomach area here, so I'll do like a little bit of a, I'll just erase away a tiny bit here. Just a little bit so it's a little lighter. Because she is like bent forward, so like a lot of the light's going to be like covered. Hell yeah, I can't wait to see those. I always love seeing your artwork, Pensy. It's awesome. Wait, how did this end up? Is this the wrong color? It is the wrong color. There we go. That's better. Subtle difference, but it still is a difference. It still works. So Let's actually bring down the opacity a bit there. There we go. And we'll do one more layer of shadow just for like the so we have like the stuff that's like overlapping. First Pensy Bee day, I made her 9 years ago. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Alright, let's get our hair shadows here. Excuse me. Man, I'd be so happy if I also just no longer had allergies ever again. That would be great. Allergies can suck it. It's like I get over getting sick and now but I still have my fucking allergies. I'm like, ugh. Why? For why? Yeah, seriously. Hey, that's cool. No worries. I mean, you're gonna get to hang out with your sister and have some fun and enjoy your birthday and all that. I hope you have an awesome time. I don't know. Birthdays are weird. Like as you get older too, because it's like you know you don't necessarily have like as many like parties or celebrations or like a lot of things that you would do like as a kid for like birthdays are like kind of like I don't know, don't really work out as well as like an adult, so it's strange. It doesn't hold the same weight that like when you were a kid you're like super excited to get older, and as you're an adult you're like, oh shit, I'm old. That and people, you're like, oh man, I hope somebody gets me something cool for my birthday, and you're like, I'm just happy if anybody like hangs out with me and shows up. I'm happy if somebody tells me happy birthday. It doesn't, they don't even have to hang out with me. Yes, good call, Nofo. Let me go ahead and do that. Hit save. Get some water. Well, the worst part is I don't really have anybody to hang out with anymore. Like I said, when COVID happened, like I just, my friend group just kind of like drifted apart. So I just I don't really have anybody that I really hang out with anymore. So, which kind of sucks, but I at least now I'm not like they're not encouraging me to like drink like a monster. Like I'm way too old to do that now. Like I want to preserve my body as best I can. So that aspect of it is good. Like not having somebody like pressuring me to drink. It also saves a lot of money. Whoops. Let's put some dark back in here. Excuse me. Now that I'm not sick anymore, I can also get back into like working out. I hate that. It's like literally every single time I start working out again, I either get sick or I hurt myself. So I have to like stop for a while, and it kind of like resets like the very minimal progress I've already made. I'm like, no, I don't want to be chubby anymore. I want my slutty waist back. That's like one of my fitness goals is to get my slutty waist back. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that loud? My bad. Whoops. I got a little too passionate about my slutty waist. Yeah, well, you've hurt your back, so I know it's like really difficult for to be able to do that. Like those kinds of injuries are like really serious, so alright, so the nose is actually going to cast like more of a shadow than I have right now, so I'll go ahead and get that on there. Then we'll definitely get all this to be dark as well, because it needs to be contrasty. There we go. That's something better. Oh man, that sucks. I have gotten lucky and I have never broken a bone, so I can't even imagine how painful it is. Like, I'm sure it's like, especially your back is just like such a like a delicate area to begin with, you know, like a lot of like nerves and all that good stuff. So must have been horrific. I'm so sorry, Pansy. Oh man, yeah, that's a major bummer. I'm so sorry. I wish I had magical powers and I could heal you. I would. I'd do it in a heartbeat. Ooh, I should put some. I should really emphasize her like angry eyebrows here. Make sure I got that going on. She's got to be angy. It's been kind of fun too to practice like being a lot like looser and quicker with my art too. No, that makes me so sad. Let's do this. Found it 3 times, 2 on my left and 1 on my right. Wow. That's crazy. There was a couple times where I thought that I broke bones, but it turned out not to be the case. I guess I'm lucky that my joints dislocate incredibly like easy. So they will dislocate before they actually break. Not that that is like any type of pleasant either, but it's definitely, I'm sure it's not even comparable pain wise. Both arms multiple times. Damn. That sucks, Bensy. I'm sorry. No. Oh, that's so sad. Man, Pansy. That's rough. I was very hesitant to just hold babies in general because I was always afraid that I was going to drop them. I was like really paranoid about it. I can definitely tell you love your sister so much, though, so that's cool. I like that. I wish my little sister didn't suck so bad. She's unfortunately not a good person, so. Oh, you broke it playing Duck Duck Goose? Damn. That sucks. Alright, I'm gonna give this a tiny bit of blur here. Excuse me. I was close with my sister, and then she started hanging out with some girls that really sucked, and she just like super committed to that lifestyle, and that just kind of ruined it. So it's unfortunate, but you know what? I can't do anything about it. So all right, let's do some lighting now. Let's see, what color do I want to do the lighting? I mean, it should be red, I guess. That's probably the easiest way to convey this. That, and then we'll do a slightly different color in the shadow areas here. So let's do What's across from right here? We got like a bluish color. We got this kind of color. Let's see what we can do to make this kind of work on the opposite parts of it. Just kind of brush it in here and there. Yeah, that's true. Actually, let's see what happens if I just hit the... Ooh, that's kind of neat. Kind of like it like that. That's kind of cool. That's actually pretty neat. I like that. And that I can do like even in like a different color, like rim light would be cool. Alright, let's bring this down. And then we'll duplicate it. Glow dodge. And let's do like 50%. Duplicate. And we'll do add glow. That looks kind of neat. Kind of like that. Alright, maybe, let's see. Let's do like a little like rim light across the parts of it here. Also so we can get some like highlights going on. I'm going to use like a bluish color. I think that would be cool. Yeah, for sure. I've just gotten to the point where I don't speak to my family just because I've given them every single chance in the world to be decent people to me, and they just can't be capable apparently of doing that. So I don't speak to them anymore. Havoc's family is my family, so. And you guys are my family because you guys are awesome. You make me happy. You're really good people, and you're very nice to me. So I appreciate you guys so much. A little bit of kindness goes a long way. So. It's really important in life too to make sure that you set boundaries and actually commit to them too. Like when somebody's like, oh, I'll try better next time, and then they don't, and then you give them another chance and another chance, and they just continue to do that. You really need to stick to your boundaries and say when enough is enough. Like I would love to, just have a good relationship with absolutely everybody that I know and all that, but some people just aren't capable. You gotta take care of yourself first and foremost. That's the most important thing. Especially when it comes to like your mental and emotional health. Like I do not tolerate much of anything now. I'm like, nope, you're already you've already crossed the line, so no going back now. Yeah, we need lots of highlights here to make it look like it's like glossy and glistening here, so let's do that. She's supposed to look like she's like covered in like viscera essentially, so she's gonna be like real shiny. Oh yeah, it is Halcyon and First to 11. Give this a little bit of blur in some spots. Oh yeah, yeah, they're both really good. I like them. I love like really well done like covers of songs. I just turned on my art playlist and then I put it on like radio, so it's just what's playing from that. So let's go ahead and save. See if we can get some of this form back a little bit in here. Highlights. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I'm really trying not to cough, guys. I know it's like really. I know it's like kind of a jump scare there, so. It's not on purpose for Spoopy Month. For the jump scares. Totally not playing, I promise. Oh, speaking of which, so I like this YouTuber, of course, called Meat Canyon. He does like really like kind of graphic and funny like cartoons, but he has a podcast with another YouTuber named Wendigoon. It's called Creepcast, and they read spooky, scary stories from like the internet and like give their thoughts on it. And I've been listening to that a lot, and that's been really cool. I know like Havoc really likes it as well. So you guys should check that out, especially for, at least for this month, if anything, so you can hear some cool stories. And they joke around and goof around a whole bunch, of course, during the process as well, so. Man, I should have done so much more work on these hands. I was just trying to commit to like the looser kind of thing here, so we're gonna roll with that. That's gonna be my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Alright, let's do 50. And then we'll duplicate it. We'll do some glow dodge. We'll do like 20% blur here. Oh, yeah, I'll give you a link. Here, give me 1 sec. I'll grab that for you. There you go. I really like Markiplier's podcast too. I think it's really funny. I don't know. I never really listened to podcasts before until like recently. Like, I mean, I guess like my first podcast I started listening to was actually Trash Taste, which was with guys that like anime and like live in Japan and all that good stuff. But oh my god, my thing will not cooperate. There we go. But it's really cool. Some of the stories are like really well done. Like a lot of them are done just by like not necessarily actual authors, but like, like real people like have submitted them. Some of them are from like r/no sleep on Reddit, and then some of them are like directly, of course, submitted to them. So actually I should leave this as glow. Maybe if I bring the opacity all the way up, it'll show. Oh yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Debating whether I want to keep this green or not. I don't know. I think the green looks okay. I think it gives it like some contrast and makes it a little more interesting, makes it a little more funky. So let's see. Let's do. I'm gonna get a gradient map here for the skin/body. This might actually look kind of cool if we do a soft light. Ooh, that gives it a lot of contrast. Kind of like that. I mean, I just recently started listening to it, so I just started with like the newest ones that I've been going in like reverse order. I mean, not all the stories are great, but even the stories that like aren't very good, they are really funny. Of course, about commenting on it, so that definitely helps. One of the ones that I did read that I mean that I listened to that they read that I really liked was called broadcast. It was like a lone broadcast from like a lonely station or something like that. That one was really good. I like that one a lot. That's kind of neat. Messing with some layer style in here. This difference look like? It's cool. Alright, we're just gonna do overlay. We're gonna do that as 30%. I do like this one, so we're gonna use that too. We're gonna do soft light. And we're gonna do that like 50%. Doesn't need to be super intense. And then get our tone curve out here. So I want it to be like pretty contrasty. That's probably pretty good right there. That makes her look like, you know, more wet. And then, let's see. Let's mess with some of the color balance here. Shadows. Let's add some more blue to the shadow. Ooh, there we go. We're getting like some real good like contrast here now. So we do blue, maybe some cyan. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, I'll check that out. And highlight, we'll do cyan. Yeah, that looks cool. I like that. And I'm gonna not merge these yet, but I'm gonna make a copy first. Nice. Hell yeah. I will definitely check that out. Merge that and duplicate. Chromatic aberration. Let's do that down to like 15. And then color. Lighten. And we'll take that down to like 50%. Alright, we merge that all together. So that's the skin layer. Or body layer, I should say. And we should get the biggest parts done. So I should do the hair next. Let's do that. So we'll do like the kind of general. First. We definitely got more. It's darker on this side. Kind of where they connect a little bit there. Make sure it looks more like it's like kind of like a overlap here. And then kind of erase away some of this in some spots. Oh my god, my nose is so congested. I hate it. I hates it. It hurts my face. Definitely need to have some spots where it's like, looks like it's raised up a little bit more. So we're gonna erase away there. And over here. All I'm hoping is that it looks cool when I'm done. That's all that matters, right? Go ahead and save. And let's do... Now we're going to do the hard shadows. So we're going to fill the whole thing in. And then we'll carve it away. You know, I could probably use a brush for this, but we're gonna do it manually because I just think it makes it a little more interesting to work on. Again, I want it to be like really contrasty, make it look like it's like chunky liquid. So I think if I do it manually, it'll give me a little more control with that. So with a red ghost, they have what's called like a death veil that's over top of them. It doesn't always have to be like, you know, like chunky like this, but I decided to make my red ghosts like kind of like blood based. Their color just means that they have like they're a very strong ghost. Like they have a lot of like resentment, and because of that, they have a very very strong appearance and very vivid. They're not so like transparent or see-through. They're like more, I guess, more corporeal, I guess. Yeah, they usually have like, you know, these are usually victims of very very disturbing things. So that caused this kind of apparition to appear. So luckily, I have never seen or experienced one of these. I think I would immediately like piss my pants and run away like a little baby, because that's the smart thing to do is to get the hell away. Luckily, I've never done anything horrific to anybody like that, so can't imagine that actually ever experiencing that scenario. So yeah, basically just cry. Like, well, I am about to experience a horrific death, so one of the stories Havoc and I are working on involves a red ghost. So this will not be like, like the final design that we'll use in that, but it was just fun to like get some practice. Trying to make it look like this is like draped. Yeah, not a good time at all. Maybe your magical Pensy hugs would give them like spiritual rest, and they would calm down. I think you could. I think Havoc told me that there's also like rituals for like purposely making one, which is pretty fucked up. But like, I imagine if you really, really had it out for somebody, sticking one of these on them. Yeah, not recommended. Also, just fucked up, especially like how they're created. So it's pretty neat though, like finding out like all the different lore and the different types of ghosts and different types of spirits and whatnot. Like you can accidentally like make some that are like essentially a split of your personality can like create one if your feelings like are intense enough. So you got to be kind of careful with how you like project your energy and how intense it is and whatnot, because you could end up making one that's like basically from you even while you're still alive. So you gotta be careful. Yeah, I have a lot of sympathy for spirits that are still, stuck here, because here kind of sucks. So, being stuck here forever would be awful. I would rather pass on to my next phase of whatever my energy is going to inhabit. So, start a new life. Though if I like, I died in like some horrible way, or like, I died and I knew something horrible was having to havoc, I would definitely become like a super vengeful spirit. Yes. As a panda, hell yeah. That'd be awesome. You get to like play all day and, be silly and adorable and cute. I like that idea. That's a great plan, Pensy. Yeah, tell me how you get into that cycle of reincarnation. It's like, well, I died, but now I'm super fucking cute. And everyone loves me, so. Do I have to? I have to practice doing like rolling somersaults and stuff right now. Maybe gnawing on some bamboo. Turning my brain off. just just having like roly poly, uh, soft, cute thoughts. That should do it. Yeah, that time that I died and I woke up as a panda in a zoo, but I still have my smartphone, and I have invested in crypto and some like ridiculous anime title. I'm so over like isekai slop at this point. Like some of it's still okay, like some of it's still alright, but like for the most part, it's like they just kind of pump things out, and it's like, ew, can we not do this anymore? I shouldn't have to read the title for 10 minutes before like watching it. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like you were really just too lazy to like even just come up with like a regular name. I know like naming things is hard, but like that just seems lazy. I'll just make the title everything that the anime is about. So there's no question. They're like, oh yeah, this is the entire plot in the title. Yeah, exactly. Especially like the ones where they're like reincarnated into like an inanimate object. But I was like pleasantly surprised about I was reincarnated as a sword. Like that one was actually okay. Like it was kind of cute. Just because like it wasn't like he was like 100,000% like incapable. Like he could still communicate with like his wielder and stuff, and she was like a slave that he ended up saving. So it was cute. Like they had a really cute relationship. Kind of like he was like a almost like a protective father type to her. You know, just wanted her to have a happy, like safe life and whatnot. So I think it was on High Dive. Alright, it's looking pretty chunky so far, so I think I'm going in the right direction here. I think I'm meeting my chunky Campbell soup goal here. Excuse me. I don't even like Campbell soup anymore. That's like the worst brand of soup. Luckily, well, Havoc and I like we usually go to like Aldi, and we go to we have a Trader Joe's, but it's like freaking 45 minutes away from us, but it's totally worth it. Like, you know, if you have a Trader Joe's anywhere near you, you should definitely check that out. It has really good stuff. Especially like frozen stuff. Like their frozen stuff is really good. And tasty. And you can get like a good amount of food for like a pretty decent price. Like, you know, even if we spend like $200 or so, it's gonna last us like over a month, which is nice. Not like going to like Kroger and Food Line, you spend $200 and it's like 4 items in your bag. And it sucks. Oh man, yeah. There's not like a lot of them. Like they're kind of spread kind of thin. I really like them though. I also like going to like international markets. Like those are really cool too. You get some good stuff there. Of course, I haven't been in the international market since like the whole tariff thing started, so I don't know how viable that is now. Like, I have a Food Lion like right down the street, but that Food Lion sucks. Like, it has like barely anything, and like the quality of their stuff is like not that great. So it's, it's like, why even bother buying it if it's just gonna go bad like right away, or it's already bad when I bought it. Like, I'll drive the 45 minutes and back to go to Trader Joe's. So it's just like way more worth it. Kind of can't see what I did with my line mark here, so I'm just gonna kind of get like the flow going here. Make it look like it's kind of just cascading. Maybe looping up and like slogging off in different places. Trying to make it pretty, like, just kind of gross. Yeah, that usually tends to be the case in like the smaller towns. It's like usually like the like not as quite as like corporate grocery stores are usually better, like a lot better. Like hell, like the town I'm from, like stuff in like the gas stations is actually like the best way to go. Like, because my hometown is like really really small, so they have like banger sandwiches, like they're absolutely so good. Like, hell yeah, this is how it should be. And it doesn't make me sick after I eat it, so that's always a positive. I like how my playlist is like, you listen to one cover song, so now all the radio is going to be cover songs. Which is fine. Getting there. Might put a little bit of some back in here and there, just to kind of have a little bit of form. Still present. I use my YouTube music app because I have YouTube Premium, so I don't get like ads and all that crap because I hate ads. It doesn't always have like the best like shuffle or like the best I guess algorithm. But I can't listen to like Spotify or anything like that because I don't have Spotify Premium, and it's like nothing but ads if you don't have Premium. So it would drive me nuts. It's okay. I'll take the not so great shuffling just to not have ads. Yeah, I usually just like I'll like open the YouTube Music and then I'll pop it out in like app form. It doesn't help that like my playlists are so like random. It's probably having like a difficulty building like an algorithm that makes sense. I just have like a wide variety of music on there, I guess. Even though I do have like a ton of covers, so that's probably why it's playing like a lot of cover music. Oh man. Speaking of like Japanese anime music, like I really want to see not only the Demon Slayer movie, but the Chainsaw Man movie is supposed to be really good. Yeah, same. I have a bad habit of just throwing it all onto one playlist. So like one playlist will have like thousands of songs. And then sometimes I'm like, "Oh, I haven't listened to all these songs from this artist, so I'm just going to throw the entire album on here." Without like vetting whether I even like the whole album or not. So I'm just like, well, crap, I did this to myself. So I always end up having to like when I turn on shuffle, I hit shuffle like 1 million times until I find something that I like. Yeah, I have to. Yeah, I have to be in a certain type of mood for like what I'm listening to. Like while I'm working on artwork and I'm streaming, like I don't really have, if I stopped every like 5 seconds to like shuffle and all that, like I wouldn't get anything done. So I'm resisting the urge to do so. They'd be like, man, this stream is like 8 hours long. And be like, he spent like four of it like just shuffling music, and then I'd have like no viewers or subscribers. Oh, I'm stretching. Give me a sec. That's a good call. Oh, oof. There we go. Got some water and saving. Buddy. Oh, I know you're patiently waiting. I'm sorry. I promise I'll cuddle you once the stream is over here, bud. Wait, did that even... Didn't even seem like it did much there. No. I feel you rubbing on me, buddy. I know. I know you're probably bored. Sweetest boy. Aww. That's because you're a champion, Pensy. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you like my stream so much and you like hanging out with me on stream here. Hold on, buddy. I'm sorry. You need me to take a second to snuggle you, buddy? I can do that. Kitty needs snuggles. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Mwah. I have the very important task of snuggling the cat. You're so cute. Look how cute you are. Sorry, I've been trapped under a kitty. He's like sitting in my lap now. He keeps looking at me every time I stop petting him like, why? Why did you stop? More pets, Dad. I want to make sure he feels loved and appreciated. Oh my god. Yesterday I got stuck underneath one of the other cats for like 45 minutes. Like, he's like the oldest cat in the house, so he's like, he doesn't always like jump up on me to like to sit on my lap. So he finally did, and I was just like, oh no, now I can't go anywhere. And then after a while I had to be like, dude, I got stuff to do. I'm so sorry. But he's like super fat and gray, and like he looks like he's made of clouds. He's adorable. Problem is that my cat Vegeta, as name applies, is an asshole and beats him up and bullies him if I leave him out of the room. So that's why Vegeta's always in the room. He's in baby jail all the time from his own choice here. If you could just be nice, then I would be able to let you roam freely. Oh yeah, I remember you telling me that, Pensy. I'm sorry. That sucks. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't always beat him up. Sometimes he'll just like get in his face and just back him in a corner. And then we caught him like flopped like over top of his body, just like holding him down. And we're like, what are you doing, dude? Yeah, exactly. He's like Saiyan Saga, like Vegeta. Where he's just like a little asshole. To the other kitties. He's sweet to me, so. I really don't know, like, what his problem is with the other cat. It's not like the other cat did anything. He just doesn't like him for some reason. Like, I don't know. That's really weird. Me and Havoc always joke that that maybe like the other kitty's like whispering slurs or something under its breath that we can't understand every time Vegeta's nearby, and that's why he gets so angry. Because that's the only thing I can think of, is that, maybe they're somehow communicating, and really just this old cat is like, I don't know, like super racist or something. Like, yeah, Miss Bulma for sure. He's super gay. He only likes men. He's my precious gay son. I have to protect him. Alright, almost done with this part of this. I gotta get him his wet food soon. Poor guy's been waiting since Havoc has been in meetings all day. And I've been asleep because I could not sleep last night. Alright, that's probably good for that. I love animals in general. Like, I would also love to have a doggo. I don't think Vegeta would love that, but actually, he actually gets kind of excited when he sees dogs for some reason. I don't know if like maybe his previous owner, because we found him just like he was just kind of out and about, but you could tell he was already like house trained and everything. So he was definitely somebody's cat at some point. Now he's mine, but he apparently likes dogs, so that's cool. Oh, buddy, stay away from the door. Alright, so let's get this going. Oh my god, let me select it. That, and then... Oh, I gotta reverse that. That's... Stop trying to get the door open, dude. You can't go out right now. I can't watch you. I can't make sure you're not being mean to the other kitty. I know, I love you too, buddy. What was the other color? Oh, I saved the layer. So, let me hit that. I don't know if I want the green like that on this. I don't know. We'll see how it looks real quick. I don't know if I want green as the color on this one. Yeah, it's in my blood. It's what I was meant for. Maybe if I use a slightly different mic. A little bit lighter on this side here. And then if I did some like purple down here to make it darker. We're gonna try that. Oh yeah, that looks better. Yeah. Yeah, the green I think looks fine like underneath, but not on the actual hair, so. I know, buddy. I'm sorry. I gotta stream a little bit longer, buddy, okay? Yeah, let me get the bad glow. No, you keep rubbing on me. Oh, you're so damn cute. I think the high contrast is working pretty well here. Alright, so I need to have some separations here, just so everything's not one big clump. So let me do that. And get a little bit more form to it here. Maybe some of this is also more indented as well, so we'll do some shadow on it. Yeah, just beating the hell out of Goten and Trunks. Gotta make sure this still has form of some kind here, so. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to have like some sort of separation of some of these clumps. Oh yeah, that makes it look way more like 3D. That's what we're going for. I wish they would finally do something cool with Goten and Trunks. Like they kind of started to do it with Super. Well, at least in the manga, there's the manga chapters that lead up to Cell Max or whatever have, you know, them running around like being crime fighters and like superheroes and stuff. But I kind of like to actually see them like level up to like be like relevant like strength wise again, so they're not just kind of there, just kind of like comedic Saiyans. I think that would be cool. I would like to see that. And I like, I hate how they gave like Piccolo like his orange form, and then by the end of the movie, it was like he wasn't even like that relevant again. He was like, "Oh, I'm just bigger," basically. It's like, come on, man. Piccolo is so cool. Can't you guys like give him a break here and make him like on par with the Saiyans finally? I also like Piccolo because, like, you know, he recognizes his limitations and he uses his brain to, you know, come up with strategy and just not like, unlike Goku, who's like, I just gotta get stronger and then that will solve everything. I'm gonna pick fights even knowing that I can't win, but I'll eventually win because I have Super Strength Saiyan powers. Goku kind of drives me nuts. I'm like, dude, this is all your fault. Every single arc is your fault because you can't just keep it in your pants when it comes to fighting. Wow, you sure look strong. Okay. Come on, Goku. It's time to go home. Just put him on one of those like baby things where they like strap him to the chest with Chi Chi. You're going home before you start another like world-ending like tournament arc for no reason. Nice. I'll have to check that out. Oh, nice. Hell yeah. I still think it's so cool that you give them like birthdays and stuff like that. That's like really neat. Gives you a whole nother like connection to like your OCs. Speaking of which, like so now that I feel better, I'm gonna actually finish that commission because the poor guy's been waiting. Three Frogs has been waiting so patiently, and he's such a G for doing that. Uh, but after I finish that, I am going to start working on the webtoon again. That way we can actually make some progress. If we can get out of that initial prologue chapter, I've got like chapters already like done and planned out that I can just like redo in the new with my new skills. So I really want to get back to that. Then Havoc's like, when are you gonna start drawing our characters again? I'm like, yeah, I need to do that. You are correct. You are absolutely right. Nice. I am starting to think that I might save the rest of this for tomorrow's stream. So my shoulder is starting to get pretty sore here, and I'm hungry. But we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep going. I just don't want to like injure myself so I can't work on anything later. You know what, I need to have like her head cast a shadow here on this part. I need to actually start thinking of the form of this a little bit. Just been kind of going willy-nilly here. And then, let's see, so there would be a little bit of shadow here. Let's try to get like the form that's underneath it, like blur some of it a little bit here. Some spots. Excuse me. Actually, most of this would be dark over here. It's kind of darker over here. Need to actually get like the form kind of going here. Smudge and kind of blend it a little bit here. It's always good to like try not to stay like too zoomed in, because that's what I was starting to do there. Was I was starting to get like trying to do it as like a detail thing versus where I should just do it as a form thing. So zooming out like this is actually better. So then I can use the shadows better for like form. Hey, what's up, Cheetah Man? Welcome to the stream. I was having a bit of a late stream today. I apologize for that. Havoc and I share a room, so like when she has like work meetings, like I have to skedaddle, have to get out of there. Yeah, so like when you're working on an art piece, you kind of want to like think of it as like big, medium, small. So you start with big, like the big shapes, the big shadows, you know, that kind of thing, like the big forms, and then you like move like down until it's hell yeah. And then you you progressively get smaller, and that's when you can start getting into like some of the details, and that's usually more like, you know, like highlights and things like that. So it's a little more difficult traditionally, because you have to think of it like ahead of time, like especially where like highlights and stuff are going to be, because you have to have like you have to kind of like leave those places like essentially blank or blank-ish, you know, unless you're using what is it, like sometimes like gel pens and stuff. So oh, Havoc is my wife. She is also going to be she's going to start streaming again sometime soon. I made her like VTuber model and everything for her, but yeah, she's my wife. Havoc is awesome. Alright, I'm gonna try to do one more level. Yeah, she's the demon lord, so I married a demon lord. It's one of those anime titles like, oh, so you married a demon lord. Havoc's the best though. She's my absolute favorite person. So yeah, my wife. All right, let's get like some highlights going on. Nah, we have a mutual thing going on here. It's a very equal relationship, so not all demon lords are tyrants all the time, so most of the time demon lords and their stories are only the way they are because humans suck. That's usually the case. It's usually because there's some like racist ass like church that like is racist against like demon kind. It's usually the case. Like in all honesty, like if I got like isekai to like some other world and they're like, "Oh, we summon you here to defeat the demon lord," I'm like, I need to go and have like a chat with them and the locals to see if this is not just a case of extreme racism and discrimination. Because I'm not gonna go like murk a whole like you know species just because like someone doesn't like the way they look. Things they can't help. I'm not that kind of guy. Be like, something's fishy here. Yeah, you know, you gotta figure out both sides of the story, because, one side obviously is like, oh, they're evil and that's it. And the other side's like, well, they've been killing our people nonstop. They don't allow us to live in peace. We're not allowed to live in harmony with each other. Like, something's got to give. There's got to be something going on. Yeah, exactly. There's too many examples of that in real life as well, of just, people hating other people just because they are either a different religion or they look slightly different or they just happen to be born somewhere else, and I'm not down with that. As long as you're nice to me, then we can get along. That's all I care about. Yeah, we just so the reason why she hasn't been streaming is because she just had like this like super shitty laptop. Like it wasn't like anything special, so it had basically like really bad like onboard graphics and whatnot, so it couldn't really handle like streaming that well. So we got her a Steam Deck, which is a significant upgrade. So basically, she can play the games from the Steam Deck and then just use her laptop for like the streaming aspect of it, and running her like VTuber model and all that good stuff. So hopefully soon we'll get her set up here. Oh my god, Twisted Teas. That's so funny. I mean, that's even funnier because like I had a like an inside joke with one of my friends because we worked at the same place together and we had this our one of the big bosses was like this super like broed out dude, and we were always joking that he was like popping open like Twisted Teas like in the office and like natty ices and stuff, and he was just like throwing like frat parties and shit in there like when he was supposed to be doing work. So it's just funny because it's like almost like an inside joke that like it just gets brought up by other. Yes, I do need to save. No, the Adibus. I'm sorry, dude. I wish I didn't have to have him on, but even though it only gives me like pennies, it helps. It helps in the long run. It's crazy because like so streaming is one of those like weird things where it's like for a very very long time it is absolutely like not lucrative whatsoever, but it has the potential to turn into, if you keep at it, to being like a very very lucrative venture. So that's my plan, and I want to take that of course and use that to open my own studio and hire artists, and like it's not all just gonna like go to me when I start making money, like not even close. Like I want to make sure that I can not only make my dreams come true but make other people's dreams come true and pay them really well, because I know how hard it is like as an artist to get work, be appreciated, and get make a living off of it. So plus, I've been meeting just so many talented people that I can't not hire you guys. I want to work together with you guys. We'll make awesome, like iconic and like timeless art that'll go down in the history books as like the most amazing stuff. That's what I want. That's my life goal. Is to leave something behind that lasts for all of history. I might need to take some of this highlight down a little bit. Oops. Try not to go overboard with the highlight because then it'll cheapen the effect. Yeah, I don't even have that, dude. Like, I've got like freaking. I think I have like $2 to my name or something right now. Which just it really sucks. Like, I actually have been like actively like looking for work so I can move to like another country where I'm not like struggling so much, and I can actually save up and work towards like those goals that I was talking about. But it's so hard. It's so difficult. Oh yeah. That I can't believe how popular that is. I mean, I get it, like the animation is like crazy good for like what it is, but it's such an odd thing to me that's what's popular. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess it kind of goes along with like the anthropomorphic thing or whatever. Like Japan's like really big into that. So, all right, I don't want to put too many highlights. So, nah, just kind of in the areas that need it, which is like right around in here. Alrighty, so let's see. Let's do that. Duplicate. Low dodge. Oh. 20. Add glow. Do this down here. That, and let's turn this down to like 30. And I wonder if this would look good if I did that. Yeah, I think that looks good. Like that. Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. All right, let's see how this looks with the same gradient maps and color balancing and all that good stuff. It's kind of crazy. Maybe let's change the tone curve a little bit here because some of it's too dark. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks. I appreciate it, dude. I don't know. I never really get to like well, I always get lazy and then I never participate in like spoopy art month, so wanted to make sure I did that this year. Thanks. Alright, we're going to do the same thing here where I'm going to duplicate it. And let's put this down here. And then we can merge that. What now is that me? You looking at the line, open up your line. Man, I hate that this song reminds me of something that it shouldn't remind me of. I don't really want to go into it. If you haven't seen it, if you know, you know. Like, oh yeah, time went by so fast for me because of freaking for getting sick. Like I had planned to do at least like 4 illustrations altogether for this month, and I was not able to get it done because of getting sick. So kind of sucks. All right, got that. Hell yeah. I know you just got here to shoot a man, but my shoulder's actually starting to really bother me here, so I'm actually going to be wrapping this up. But, I will be back tomorrow because I'm going to work on this some more. So, well, hey, I appreciate that that you're glad I'm feeling better. I am super glad that I'm feeling better too. Like, I was super sad that I was sick for so long. All right. Well, this is what we got so far for today. I'm glad that you guys like it so far. I love all the encouragement. I love hanging out with you guys on stream. Sorry for the stream being so late again today. I am going to do my best to be on time tomorrow, hopefully. So let's go ahead and pop on over to the lobby. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I really, really appreciate it. You guys are super awesome. I know that there's you know, I try to, hopefully this is a good start to your week. You know, you guys seeing some artwork and hanging out with me. I will be back hopefully at the right time tomorrow at 1 p.m. If you like the kind of content I do, give me a follow to see when I go live. I am pushing for a partner, and my first goal is 10 subs. I have 6 now, which is awesome. Yes, we are. Yeah.